Good afternoon everyone. Today again in this video I continue with the skills that are required, the abilities that are required which could enhance the quality of practice and teaching, which is an important part of the B.Ed curriculum today. What are the effective teaching aspects? How can the teaching become more effective? Having a positive attitude, a pleasant social psychological climate in the classroom. Now, many of us teachers believe that it is only the mental health of the students which needs to be taken care of. But as a teacher, I would like to share with you that more important is the mental health of the teacher, herself or himself. If the teacher is not mentally healthy, how can the class be healthy? You know, this mental health of the teacher, it becomes infectious. If the teacher has an enthusiastic attitude, as soon as you enter the classroom, you will be happy. You will know that this teacher has a positive attitude not only towards teaching but towards life as a whole. So, it is extremely necessary for a teacher to maintain a very good mental health in order to have a positive attitude. All of us have sorrows in life, difficulties in life. Once, one of my teachers gave me a very beautiful example which I follow even today. And what was it? It was a small story that the teacher narrated before the students. What she said was that, see, as soon as I came into the classroom, there is a bag outside. Did all the students notice? None of the students raised their hands. They said, no ma'am, there was no bag. But the teacher insisted, no, there was a bag. And what did I put in it? I put all my difficulties, all my sorrows into the bag. And as soon as I entered the classroom, you see my smiling face. And when I leave the class, do you know what I will do? I will open the bag, take out my sorrows, my difficulties, and carry them home with me. But that negative attitude would not come with me to the classroom. Now probably the students were also able to follow, because probably in the class that day they had planned to tell the teacher of their difficulties, very small difficulties like they don't have proper drinking water facility or they do not have proper toilet facilities and many such issues. But if you have a positive learning attitude, then your teaching will definitely become more effective and also interesting to the students. Having high expectations of what pupil can achieve. How do we have a high expectation? This we can do by encouraging the students. As a teacher in B.Ed or as a supervisor while writing the criticism in the B.Ed classroom, we often write that the handwriting of the teacher on the board is not good. Instead, if we could modify that criticism in a positive manner, like press the chalk or the writer or the marker a little more towards the board while writing. This would make your handwriting appear brighter. Now this is a positive note. This criticism gives us, it is a criticism no doubt, but it gives a positive message. It gives a message to the learner that he or she is capable of performing in a much better manner with a little more effort. So, in order to have higher goals for the students, they need to be motivated, they need to be given positive suggestions, and they need to have faith in themselves that with a little more effort or a little more hard work, they would be able to teach more effectively. The lesson clarity is very important. If we as a teacher ourselves are not clear about the lesson, how can we convey our thoughts to the students in a clear manner? The next is strong lesson structuring. Most of the textbooks in schools where our B.Ed students are teaching, the lesson has many topics included in a haphazard manner. The teacher can easily structure them, separate them into different lessons and teach them as a part of a different lesson. Nobody has told you to teach all those topics together under the same heading. So that lesson structuring depends upon the creative ability of the teacher. The teacher can easily break them up, break the lesson into meaningful parts and convey to the students. The teaching has to be as simple and as easy as possible. As teachers, we spend hours preparing our lecture, our lesson plan. But our facial expression, our voice must never show that pressure in the classroom. When we are facing the class, when we are facing our students, we all must have a very pleasant expression on our face. We must seem to enjoy our work. Mind you, see, I have used the word seem to enjoy. We may not enjoy, but we may put up a show that we are enjoying this teaching. It is something that is giving the teacher a lot of pleasure, and that would enhance or make the lesson more interesting to the students and also clear to the students. And even if you are conveying or explaining a difficult topic, but if your tone is a little softer, if you have the knowledge of voice modulation, when to raise your voice a little or when to give a little drop in your voice, the students would find your lesson easy. And the moment they find the lesson easy, it is an indicator that they have understood the lesson. And so we say that the teacher has accomplished his or her task very well. The use of variety of teaching methods, using and incorporating pupil ideas. Now this is a part of a democratic classroom, which many of us teachers, particularly of the olden times or the older teachers, we do not allow. We feel scared that if we give more importance to the ideas expressed by the student, then maybe the class will think that the students know more than the teacher. But see, this is a fact. In today's digital world, the student definitely knows more than the teacher. So, if he or she is expressing a new idea or a new view and that is related to your topic, please, the teacher may always incorporate it, welcome it and use it for her increasing her knowledge as well as the knowledge of the students. Using appropriate and varied questioning. Now, questioning is a very important tool for a teacher. Many of us have read questions which are written as soon as our lesson in the textbook ends. If you turn the last page, you will see there are series of questions written. Now, some of the questions end with a full stop, while others may have a question mark at the end. Now, the sentences which are written which end in a question mark need to be spoken, to be read aloud or asked in another manner or different from the one which end with a full stop. The sentences which end with a full stop, we all know in B.Ed, if you write a question like that in your lesson plan, definitely it gets cancelled. Who constructed the Taj Mahal? This is one manner. If the sentence ends in a question mark and if it ends in a full stop, we would have asked the same thing in a manner, who constructed the Taj Mahal? Now, if there is proper voice modulation, proper expression while you are asking a question, the teacher needs to raise his or her voice slightly while asking the question in order to receive a good answer from the students. So these were certain aspects that we discussed today would make your teaching more effective, make you as a teacher more popular amongst your students. Thank you so much.